Now the gun and they're away. The men's short course championship of the world in Leopardstown, South County Dublin.
And really horrendous pace being set right from the gun. Really going very, very fast down that wide open space.
4,200 metres.
Qananiisaa bekele out in front. Runner-up last year, an astonishing athlete who won the junior title in Ostend, and the following day, or at least he was second in this race, and the following day came out and won the junior. But here he is, galloping right from the start. Number 206, Qananiisaa bekele. 247 is Julius Nyamu, replacement for Enoch Koch, who's ill. An 8 minutes, 8 seconds steeplechaser. And already at this hectic pace, the Kenyans, the Ethiopians, and the Algerians up in front. There isn't too much time to settle yourself in this race. It is only just over 4,000 metres. So it's necessary to focus and concentrate from the start. 243, Sammy Kipketer, ranked 4th in the world in the 5,000, in the 5 kilometres in 2000, was 7th placer in the 5k at the World Championships. And there is the bell. It is the short course event, so just another lap to go.
An indication of the quality of the field. We mentioned Gareth Turnbull as being an Irish hope, and there he is, but he's currently labouring in 38th position.
Oh, this guy really is impressive. He has been unbeaten this season over the country. The Kenyans suffering very badly. 244 there, Luke Kipkoskai, Sammy Kipketer and Julius Nyamu. That's Garthia. 205 there was Mohammed Adel from Ethiopia.
217, John Mayer, yes. Top Britain, Gareth Turnbull going through there as well. But there's our leader. Little tidbit of useless information. He's an Arsenal supporter. He may have more joy here than he will have in the Premiership, but he's running so well.
He is running so well that it's hard to believe, in fact, that he mightn't attempt a double over the weekend and go for the men's senior race tomorrow, the long race tomorrow. Remember last year, he had a first and a second, the junior and runner-up in this. But he is so far ahead of the rest in a short race like this, to have broken the field with almost a full lap to go and to be cruising away. Mekkonen, remember, in second place, is a very, very serious competitor. Very strong. Mekkonen was third in this event in 1999, sixth in 2000, and 10th last year. A big, heavy Ethiopian, unusually so. He had great difficulty in the mud of Ostend, finding the going much more to his liking here, but beginning to tire just a little bit. But out in front, there seems to be no question of any tiring by bekele.
But there's something significant happening here, because Kenya, bekele in front, have won all 4 individual and all 4 team titles in this event since it started in 1998. But the way it's shaping up now, they're not going to win the team title here, because the Ethiopians, while they are not in front, are packed nicely, and the 4 scoring Ethiopians could well dislodge Kenya from the team title. But I don't think there's much doubt that the individual medal is going to go to this man. What a performance.
A lot will depend on Mekkonen. If Mekkonen can hold on for second place, then they have a very strong chance. But the Kenyan 4 are packed very strongly themselves. So if there's any drift by the 3rd and 4th Ethiopians, then it's going to be very, very tight at the end.
Bekele, the Ethiopian, running so strongly into the finishing straight.
Mekkonen under pressure from the 2 Kenyans, and this is going to put the team Championship back into the melting pot. No question about Bekele. Very fluid up the hill. Hardly a break in stride. In the final 180 metres, but 2:44, Luke Kipkoski counter-attacking on Mekkonen and goes into second place.
There's our winner. He's led from the start, and it's such an impressive performance. The winner, all right, 2:06, Qananiisaa Bekele, the World Junior Cross Country Champion of last year. 2:44, Kipkoski, Luke Kipkoski coming in second, but winning the event. And the short course champion of the world, Qananiisaa Bekele of Ethiopia. 2:44, Luke Kipkoski second. 2:07, Hailu Mekkonen of Ethiopia in third. There's the confirmation of the finishing places. Kenya second, fourth, sixth and eighth. And that looks like being it on this 12,000 metre race, which involves 6 laps and the usual 720 metre stretch up to the finishing line. They get underway and the race is on.
And let's see if we see the same sort of sprint start from the Kenyans. We saw it in the last race and in the junior race. It was quite awesome. Those are 2 Ethiopians there. Possible, but that is a very, very fast start. And it is actually slightly uphill even. They're beginning to hit the uphill stretch now. From round the curve up to the what is the finish line.
And the leader is an interesting character, Qananiisaa Bekele, Kenny Bekele. He has the world junior record holder at 3,000 metres. He is bidding to become the first athlete ever to win all 3 cross-country titles available to him. He was the junior champion in 2001. He won the short course event here yesterday, and now he's leading the way in the long course event.
And on the basis of our observation of his performance yesterday, you'd have to say that he is on the cusp of becoming the latest, greatest long-distance runner in the world. By Enoch Mitai.
So Kenya leads, Kenya second, Ethiopia third. And then Tanzania in the person of John Yuda in the sky blue, wearing number 468. And we haven't seen much from them in the course of this World Cross Country weekend. But John Yuda is very much up in contention. That's our leader, Enoch Mitai. And not surprisingly, Kenya at this stage showing very clearly as the team leaders. But Tanzania and Eritrea in this longer distance event are having an impact, and it's a Tanzanian who leads, John Yuda.
The Moroccans packing very, very well in that group as well. Alawi Katabi, 3 times a finalist in the World Championship steeplechase, in the middle of that leading group for Morocco.
Interestingly, the lengths that Yuda has to go to keep himself in trim. He can't go on early morning training runs in the area where he lives in Tanzania, because he'd be in danger of tangling with the wild hyenas, which is clearly no laughing matter. That's John Yuda currently in second place.
Jaoud Garib of Morocco, the leader in the leading Moroccan there in the all green, just behind the Eritrean. The Kenyans very, very strong. But Yuda running a great race, and it's very handy for Bekele that he's got the Tanzanian there making the pace, so he doesn't have to do the work.
He only took up running, this fellow, in the year 2000, and he's emerged as the #1 Tanzanian runner. And one of his proudest boasts is that he's 3rd fastest of all time on the road, over 25 kilometers.
And Yuda's pace is really beginning to stretch them out now, and one or two of them are struggling just a bit. 4:27 there. Richard Limo, the world champion at 5,000 metres. His middle name is Kipkemai, and in the way that the East Africans, and particularly the Kenyans, give names to their children which relate to the circumstances of their birth, his name means born in the dry season when food is barely available or hardly available.
Certainly hasn't affected his running talent.
Richard Kipkemai Limo. But out in front, John Yuda and Bekele looking awesomely easy. He is having to work so much harder. If you look at the difference between Bekele and even between Yuda and Talel, so much more comfortable, so much more easy for Qananiisaa Bekele. The Kenyan really having to work, really beginning to feel the effects. This man looking as though he's got a fifth gear and he's just easing his way around.
It has that appearance, doesn't it, that he's has it in his mind he's going to strike. Yuda still running smoothly, but knows he hasn't been able to shake this man off. Looks so fresh. Yesterday's efforts in the short course must seem just like a training spin. That's Taleni in third place.
And what's happening here is that Bekele is putting the squeeze on Yuda. Yuda may not want to go that fast, but Bekele is just squeezing it, forcing his way up onto his shoulder, and Yuda knows that he either has to run fast to stay ahead of Bekele, or if he doesn't, Bekele is just going to go well away from him.
It's a fascinating tactical battle, isn't it? Cat and mouse. And Bekele has just stepped ahead of Yuda. Confirmation of the team standings. And Bekele's first position at this stage won't really help Ethiopia dent Kenya because they are so densely packed just behind.
And he is looking, he looked over at Yuda just to see how Yuda was faring and saw on his face that Yuda now was beginning to crack, and he has decided to go, and it is, you would have to say, almost over.
With over a lap to go. And the moment has come, and Bekele has gone ahead, and there is no question who is the fresher of those two athletes. And it's the young man from Addis Ababa who has just decided that now is his moment, and he's going to go, and you would not bet against him. No. These are third, fourth, fifth and sixth, the four scoring Kenyans. You are seeing for the first time in Leopardstown a man who is sure to become a huge athletic star over the next decade. Qananiisaa Bekele, known to his mates as Kenny. Yuda trying to strike back, getting a second win, but it's a big gap. It's a big gap that Bekele's opened up, and he should surely remain safe for the rest of the race.
It looks so easy. It can't be, of course. He must be hurting. But, oh, look at the fluency. This is quite remarkable. Because you are looking at a man who is just striking clear, well clear. Meters clear of a huge collection of great distance talent. There's no sign of the third man.
Mohamed Mourhit, the Moroccan-born Belgian who won it the last 2 years, nowhere to be seen.
That's the third man, Wilberforce Talel. And look how he's suffering. Compare that with the man who's 50, 60, 100 metres ahead of him. This is he, Qananiisaa Bekele. Look at the difference. And that is the world champion at 10,000 metres, Charles Kamathi.
We haven't mentioned Sergei Lebed much lately either. The European, twice the European cross-country champion. The Ukrainian hasn't figured here either. A long way back behind the leader, Kenny Bekele.
That's Garib. of Morocco. As he comes up to overtake, to lap another of the runners who are down the field.
He's just so smooth. John Yuta, second place. The bell still sounds for those down the field. The Chilean is lapped. In third place and feeling the pressure, Wilberforce Taleli. Really fighting his way around the track. But the man of the moment, and look at the composure. Another runner to be lapped. Another from Uzbekistan. He's actually taken some encouragement from the presence of the leader beside him. Kazan Rahimov matching Bekele stride for stride. But that was as much as he could manage. Now he's gone. His race still has 2 kilometers to run. Kenny Bekele is coming up the hill for the last time, about to become the cross-country champion of the world.
Oh dear Lord, he looks so easy.
Second place, John Yuta, Tanzania. Led for so long with Bekele on his shoulder. Finally hadn't the reserves to respond. He's had another look. He knows it's a long, long way back. About to enter the finishing chute now as the rest of the runners have another lap to complete.
Talael in third. But concentrate on this man. Just look at his finishing form. He's going up quite a hill that has taken it out of the rest of the field. It's almost as though it's not there. Totally composed, the poise, the balance, the ease. If you remember Paula Radcliffe yesterday finishing up the finishing straight, she was almost standing still into the teeth of the wind. This man is just cruising up the straight. He's 50, 60, 70 metres ahead of John Yuta. Qananiisaa Bekele.
Bekele comes home to take the gold medal for Ethiopia, completing the double of short course and long course. A magnificent performance by a magnificent athlete who is sure to become a huge star of distance running over the next decade. John Yuta of Tanzania in second place, and Wilberforce Taleli of Kenya leading home the Kenyan challenge. He'll get the gold medal for the team, but it's bronze individually. Kenya third. Kenya will be fourth as well. Limo, Richard Limo, now he can smile. Taleli, then it's Limo in fourth place, and there's the result.